Welcome back to Upfront. I'm Adrienne Pedersen. A horrific crash killed a family of medical professionals in Kenosha County. An Illinois man suspected of driving under the influence and going 100 miles an hour slammed his truck into the back of an SUV. That killed 3 members of the Rizzo family of Kenosha: Dr. Michael Rizzo, his brother Vincent, a dentist, and Vincent's wife Mary, a nurse. The crash happened on Highway 50, that's near Bristol, in the Assembly District of Representative Samantha Kirkman, a Republican from Salem. And she is sponsoring legislation to toughen some OWI laws, and we've asked her here to talk more about that. So thank you for coming on today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
It's such a tragedy.
It is.
When something like this happens, as a lawmaker, do you just sit back and think there has to be a change?
I just think how that family's lives have changed, and not only the direct immediate family, but the people that know them. You know, Kenosha County is such a small, close-knit community. People know each other, friends and neighbors. I just last night ran into somebody who knew Mary Rizzo, her brother, and shared some stories about Mary, and it's just really very heartbreaking.
And it really puts a face on drunk driving, and I think it hits close to home for a lot of people. So pretty much in your proposal, you want to make sure that someone who is drunk driving can't then leave jail while they're still inebriated, right?
Right, and this goes to a different case, Jennifer Kilborn in Kenosha County, who was hit by a drunk driver. So that particular drunk driver was picked up in Pleasant Prairie earlier in the night, around 2:30 in the morning, taken down, booked in. He was released into the care of his mother. Within an hour's time, less than an hour's time, he was back behind the wheel of the car and hit Jennifer and going through a red light. And then the video shows that during that pickup, when he was in the back of the police car, that he was complaining that she ran through the red light. And that's when, again, people reached out to me and said, we need to change this, make it tougher for somebody to get out. So they can't do it twice in the same night. Again, they don't get to sleep it off at home. They have to sleep it off in a jail cell.
Lawmakers have tried over and over again to make Wisconsin tougher on drunk drivers. And it seems like a bipartisan effort.
It is.
Why is this not going through?
It's hard to get them all the way through. Representative Jim Ott and I have worked together on several pieces of legislation through, the committee process. It's very frustrating sometimes because I think some of the things that we've proposed are smart. It's common sense pieces of legislation. Okay, you get picked up, you can't be released in somebody else's care because you're going to get out and do it again. I mean, not just in Jennifer's cases, but we've now found in several other cases that didn't cause an accident, but where people were picked up twice in the same night for drunk driving.
Who is against these laws?
It's hard because I don't know. I mean, the Tavern League in a number of cases do support tougher sentences because they don't want to be part of the problem either. We've made significant progress over the last 30 years, but there's more work to be done.
And talking about the numbers here from the Department of Transportation, over the last 10 years, alcohol-related crashes, injuries, and fatalities have all gone down.
Right.
But within the last few years, they've kind of fluctuated.
Yep, and we still have more work to be done. I mean, in this particular case, the gentleman was driving 100 miles an hour down State Highway 50. I live on State Highway 50. The first 911 call came in not far from my house. Again, he somehow got up the road about 4 or 5 miles before he hit the Rizzo family. So how did that happen? I don't know how he made it through the village of Paddock Lake without hitting other people. So I'm doing more investigating in this case because, again, so many people that I know have been impacted and want to make a difference here.
So your bill would not really have changed what happened to the Rizzo family. Are you saying that possibly you'll propose something new?
Right. And then this is where we need to look at more details of this particular case. It sounds like he was driving on a revoked license. So how was it revoked? People have been asking me those questions. So right now I have, inquiries into the Sheriff's Department to get the actual police report and the criminal complaint so that we can go through it more closely.
And Wisconsin is the only state in the country where a first offense OWI is not considered a crime.
Correct.
Should it be?
I'm supportive of the bill. I'm on the bill. I think that we do need to set a statement to people that OWI is not accepted, not here in Wisconsin, not anywhere in our country. When you look and compare to other, states, where do we rank? And that's why, I'm working to help change that law.
And I know people who are against that say, well, it'll ruin your life if the first time is a crime and that it'll clog up the court system.
The courts is where we hear the most challenging. And again, so maybe we have to look at how we structure it. And again, look at other states who have it as a criminalization of a first offense. So sometimes we might propose one, but we might have to touch other, parts of the statute so that it does work. So we don't clog up our courts, because I don't want that. I want people to get swift justice. This family needs justice, and others as well.
And where do these bills go from here? What's next?
Well, the first offense criminalization has already had a public hearing in the Criminal Safety and Justice Committee. So hopefully we can get that out of committee and to the Assembly floor for a vote.
Well, we know this is certainly an ongoing conversation. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Next, President Trump's tariffs 1 year later. New data on the long-term cost and the effect on Wisconsin.